Wanderers, welcome to the Wondering Dutchmen podcast, presented to you by the Wondering Dutchmen. Today's episode, Season 2, Episode 41, is brought to you by a cause that is near and dear to my heart. The fellas and I want to remind you of the MFL Foundation Youth Golf Tournament coming up on July 10th at Huntingburg Country Club. Our buddy and friend of the program, Teddy Hoops, promises to have the course in great shape. If you got a youth golfer interested in playing golf or playing in their first tournament, this one is perfect for you. Smoke Dragon is going to put a link to the Facebook page where you can register online.
The Wondering Dutchmen podcast.
Where none of us are Dutch, but we all live in Holland, Indiana. Join us where we talk about what we all wonder about. This is the Wondering Dutchmen podcast coming to you from Smoker's Lounge.
The Wondering Dutchmen. Yeah, yeah. The Wondering Dutchmen. Yeah, yeah.
Here we go!
Sounded like God.
Damn, I'm getting good at it! Giddy up, mother truckers. We're here. Welcome to the Wandering Dutchman podcast, Season 2, Episode 41, coming to you live recording
Yep.
from Smoker's Lounge. We're going to introduce the room here. We got some guests, longtime fans of the show, probably some OG fans of the show. I don't know if they want their name blasted out that they're here at Smoker's Lounge, but we want to welcome them to the live recording of Smoker's Lounge. It's Lunchbox and Mrs. Lunchbox
There you go.
have joined us on the couch today. They do have pants on, and Couch Guy is still missing.
MIA.
We do not know where Couch Guy is,
That's okay.
but
Figure it out.
He's fine.
he's fine.
He's restored.
He's fine. Sitting across from me, representing the Huntingburg All-Stars, and a little Reebok on the left chest there. No, that's not a candy bracelet on his left wrist. That's a Courage For Courtney bracelet with the beaded look that goes so well with the black rim glasses and the wonderful mustache. A little tough and messy hair up top there. Our buddy, Big Mace.
Wow.
Sitting there in the middle, sporting the turquoise with that beautiful turtle on his chest. It's our buddy with the bandana and a fresh cream for his hair. Our buddy, Smoke Dragon. And I am your unofficial host of this podcast with my buddies, Esquire.
There we go.
Hey.
Hey, we don't have anybody sponsoring here in June, so we can roll right into whatever we want, Dave.
We can say whatever we want to say.
Yeah.
It's our party.
Well,
Right.
I really wanted to start the episode. I was thinking about it on my drive into work today.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, how fun would it be just to start the episode with a giddy up motherfucker
Yeah.
and then let it eat. But
two hard ones, right?
because the MFL Foundation is sponsoring today's show, Dave will bleep those because we want kids to come out to that youth golf tournament.
Hell yeah.
I appreciate you guys letting that little foundation sponsor this month.
Well, it's for a good cause. And,
It is a good cause.
I
Nobody-
overheard somebody talking about that tournament yesterday, actually.
Yeah, we with this thing called Team Link, you're able to get a lot of things out fast. And so last year's participants, which
Is
I
it
think,
team linked?
yeah,
Okay, because I have like 36 of those apps.
Yeah.
They're tough to keep in line.
yeah.
My
so-
wife signs up for all that, and she always sends me the link, like, hey, join us on our team link. But there's apparently a code.
It's pretty wild, the difference between you and I, because that's literally me and Justine. I'm the one that runs the apps, and she's like, how do you get this thing to work? You know what I mean? So it's always
Yeah, I'm
kinda
Jenna's Justine.
Yeah, that's wild.
She's my big mace.
You're a beta bitch.
F you.
Hey, go ahead and call Jenna Beta Mace and see how that works out.
Oh god.
Beta Big Mace.
Oh.
Exactly
I'm
like
glad I edit these.
Well,
You can't leave that out. But anyways,
she
so
was calling David my name one time with that shirt hanging on the
Oh.
chair.
it'll smell patchouli. We can't go into that one either. But yeah, so with
what a night.
so with Team Link there, I'm able to send out to last year's participants, and we get some that'll do like the paper registration. But I think we have like over 45 that are on there from last year that were signed up online. So it's just quick email, send out. So
How many holes does a sixth grader have to play?
So the age would be what, 12 or 13?
They're 11.
11. So they'll play 9 from the women's tees, the red tees.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, they'll play 9 from the red tees.
What if they've never played golf before in their life?
So Teddy Hoops would probably move them up to the orange. So Teddy puts out, and this is another thing that people are very happy to find out. Teddy sets up 2 sets of junior tees. He sets a purple set and an orange set. The purple is a lot closer, which makes it better for, really new players, younger players. But I would say,
You think he could set those out for me when I just go play?
sure, buddy.
We'll ask him.
Yeah, we can probably get that.
I wanted to
worked
play
out.
in the morning, but it's going to rain.
I think it's raining all day,
Yeah. Bummer.
unfortunately. So, big fella on this Wednesday show, which happy Wednesday to everybody if you're
Yeah.
listening to it on Wednesday.
Yeah.
If you're not listening to it on Wednesday, well, thanks for listening whenever you get to it. We appreciate it.
That's right.
But here on Wednesday's show, we kind of get into our Wandering Wednesday. And first up to the plate, our buddy, hitting in the 4-hole, playing first base, Zachary David Masner.
Yeah. So today I was thinking about cigarettes.
Okay, the cigarette bandit back.
No. Well, I mean, yeah, he's an habitual offender that we still have yet to really nail it down. I mean, I know who it is, but like it's just there's nothing going to be done about it because there's no really hard.
I think it's an inside job.
Yeah,
Is he
well,
above
no.
the law,
No.
untouchable.
He thinks he is, but
Mother love.
I bet with the new chief of Huntingburg Police Department, we could maybe.
maybe we could get him
He's-
to crack down.
He's a fan of the show.
Yeah,
We set up a sting operation.
We could.
Could you imagine us three in a stakeout in a
That'd be a
van?
long stakeout because
He's sitting pretty low.
it's usually between like a month or two in between like dumpings. You know what I mean? So like we'd have to really be.
Can't imagine going a month or two without a dump.
Yeah.
It'd be tough. I bet we could set up a traffic cam facing southbound on Chestnut. We catch the bastard.
I couldn't imagine going on more than a couple hours without a dump.
I think we need to set up the sting to be more like what they do with the, you know how them folks catch them pederasses in the act,
Yes.
Oh yeah.
and then they're like,
what
"Oh,
the hell
hey."
was it? The one I watched. Gosh dang it, Pittsburgh Ped Patrol or some shit. And the
Yeah.
dudes are like, I mean, they're hook lining them too, though. You know, poor guy. I mean,
Well, that's what we'll
That's
do.
terrible.
We'll
I
give
should've
out
said poor guy.
free cigarettes.
piss on them bastards. Yeah, free
Free cigarettes, and then we'll follow them around and find
No,
that.
so
cork
here's the
sucker.
thing. So I was thinking about cigarettes because of how not mainstream
I was thinking about this the other day. People
they-
just don't smoke anymore.
they are anymore.
What's it like when you're two Mentro cycles?
I mean, I've always got somebody to
it's
text.
a f***ing bloody mess. I tell you that.
Yeah.
But so
Did
like,
you ever smoke? Were you a smoker?
yeah, hell yeah.
God, I was a heavy smoker for a long. I mean, I'm a heavy smoker now, but differently.
Ah, get it? Because he's David Allen Smoker.
I love it.
And he's fat.
I love it. Oh,
How many packs a day did you go through?
oh no, I was never like a full blown smoker.
The warden did, didn't she? Or was she always the vapor?
No. She smoked. Yeah, she smoked.
Hey, I didn't mean to call you fat. Like,
No,
I
that's
don't-
fine.
That was
No.
hard. It was hard.
That was a hard F.
It's okay.
Hard. It's fine. It's fine.
So what brought this up was the pro golfer, the L.
Oh, yes!
That's what I'm saying.
Charlie?
Yes, Charlie Hall. She's at an LPGA event. At the
LPGA championship
She's
right
at the
now.
U.S. Women's Open, right?
Yeah.
Ripping
US
cigs and
And
drinking Diet
she
Coke.
is-
Signing autographs.
There's a video. I'm not going to play the video, but like,
okay.
there's a video of her signing autographs, and she has got a cigarette hanging out of her mouth.
Now, are we talking like a Marlboro or Virginia Slim
Well,
or something?
I
It may be a Virginia Slim because that baby
she's-
had an ash on her.
She is. She's smoking.
She's a younger gal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And she's ripping cigs.
Oh, hell yeah, she is. Not even using her hands.
No, so she's taking full rips off this cigarette while signing these autographs.
I
And
bet she's got
just
a gnarly
thought-
smoker's cough.
and I just thought,
Get
like,
over here, darling. I'll sign your glove.
but they don't like. That's what I'm saying. Like they don't do that anymore. Like people don't do that anymore. Like
I don't think
you
it's-
just don't see mainstream cigarette smokers anymore.
And they don't, and you can tell by the accessories you can't find. Because
Yeah.
if you was a woman smoker back when I was in my early teens to teens,
yes.
if your mom was a smoker, she had at least 2 of those little leather pouches
You
with a
get
little
it.
twist top, like
Yep.
pops it open, little
Yep.
zipper on the front, got the lighter. Then you always had like the metal thing, the Bic lighter stuck in.
Yep.
Unless you were a Zippo person,
Yep.
and then, oh God,
That's what I'm saying. So
America was better when everybody would slowly kill themselves, of their own free accord instead of getting,
So that brought me to another thing, like with this whole, who about said the R word, vapist movement. I just,
Is the vapist movement pro or anti?
well, no, I just think they're anti-cigarettes because of the, like this. I mean, I will.
You're just saying in general the use of douche flutes.
I will agree though. Like if you're vaping, you know what I mean? Like,
Could you do that again?
yeah.
Look straight to the camera, because we're gonna cut that.
Yeah, they don't like you don't stink. You know what I mean? And it's not.
Well,
would
now when
disagree
you
with
come
that.
around a corner and get a whiff full of
Somebody
Fruit
smells
Loops
like a
out of
bowl of-
somebody's
yeah.
lung butter, like nothing makes me want to gag more.
Yeah,
Like there used to be some fellas down at the Little League field, and they'd be blowing them clouds out like they was
I
an
know
old
exactly
daggone Mazda running around.
When they
And
got
it
those, when those
smells like
guys,
fruity pebbles, it's like Christ Almighty, get it back in your lungs, you sick.
well, so that's the thing though. Some of those ones, like okay, so like my wife has one. My wife,
Very nice.
she does.
she's a fancy though.
Yeah, she's a
Yeah,
vapor.
she's not like cloud puffing.
No, she's not.
She's a jewel girl.
She's no. She's moved on. Now she's on to these other.
They come from the Blush brothers down there.
Well,
Gary.
but anyway, I think it's called a juicy bar. Or
Yeah,
some
I
shit,
was
or-
going to say a juice flute.
or like a Mr. Fogg or one of these units. But anyway, she's not ripping fat clouds as they call them.
Yeah,
You know what
she
I mean?
doesn't have a rig that you got to
No.
plug in every
That
night.
looks like a pack of cigarettes itself,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
the battery.
Somebody gets their phone. It almost looks like the phone.
out. And
What kind of rig you got?
it's
Well,
got a
I got this double turbo here.
and it's got a spout on it as big as this beer can, and they're like,
I was teaching out there at the local establishment. There was this kid that walked in every day with like a stainless steel like Pelican case,
yeah.
and he had his like douche. It was his douche flutery. He'd pop it open
Oh
and have
my
6 batteries,
God.
tips, and glass pieces and bottles, all sorts of shit he was mixing up in there. Looked like
a Native American peace pipe. Yeah. But anyway, tonight at the ball field, there was a gentleman, an older man, and he was smoking a cigarette, but he was like 45, 50 yards from
You
everybody.
got a whiff of it, didn't you?
Yeah. And I was like, and it just triggered, like, I get so.
Remembered Christmas morning.
I get so many memories, not necessarily Christmas morning, but I just get a lot of memories of just a big old nose full of cigarette smoke. Like whether it's Wild Bill's house or
Or anybody else that you
hopping
grew
in
up
my
with.
old man's truck. Back in because my dad used to smoke. You know what I mean?
Everybody did.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. My mom did just a dab, and grandma. I mean, yeah, like
Means a whole different thing if you tell somebody your mom does a dab now.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. But I don't know. I was just thinking about it, and I just thought like it's almost as if there's like a taboo against it, or not necessarily a taboo,
Well,
but like smoking cigarettes is just not a thing anymore.
Well, some of it has become that when you look at about every cancer in the world you can have, the first thing that's listed there on potential causes is smoking.
The funny
Like-
thing is, when I was in California for work,
Yeah.
that's one thing that I immediately noticed was the amount of smokers. Like standard, regular, old
Well,
fashioned.
if I had to live in California, I'd smoke. To
But
try to
isn't
take time
California
off
like
my
the
life,
home
too.
of everything causes cancer?
Yeah, I mean,
And,
that's the Prop 65 on everything.
Yes.
but there was just a ton of people. You'd pass 10
wonder-
people in a block that
Here
were
it is.
all.
Here it is. I caught it. It was going by earlier, and I lost it. Now I caught it. I wonder if, like Philip Morris and all of the big cigarette, I wonder if they took a big kick in the teeth when the whole vapist movement come about. Like
Well-
I wonder where they're at in the world.
They're
You're
buying.
assuming that they didn't buy the vape companies because it's probably cheaper to produce those than it is to produce a quality
And then they move on
cigarette.
to other products. Like, look at Zens right now. Zens
There's
are
a
like-
lawsuit going on for those.
Zens?
Zins?
I just got something on my face space while I was on the crapper today
Okay.
saying, hey, are you addicted to Zen?
Oh.
Call such and such law offices.
James Sokolov?
It wasn't Jimmy.
Oh.
It was
The
somebody
hammer?
else. But I'm thinking they were
Call the
probably putting
hammer.
unhealthy amounts of nicotine or potentially, what's that stuff that they get from China that kills people as soon as you touch it?
Fentanyl?
Maybe they're putting
COVID?
fentanyl in it. No, I just made that up. That's not
Oh, shit.
real information.
Here comes a
boy.
cease and desist from Zen. That's a good way.
Fake news.
Yeah.
Heard it here first.
Hey, you know
Yeah.
what? But any publicity is good publicity in
yeah.
the podcast.
Get us over 1,000 on
I was
YouTube.
just thinking about it, today that, like, I mean, I can sit here. I know for a fact I smoke cigarettes. You smoke cigarettes.
I was when
Have
I
you
was
ever
slowing
smoked
down.
a
I was
cigarette
a
before?
2-pack a day guy.
Like, I've
Take a drag or two or something
Yeah.
like, or maybe bummed one off somebody when you were drunk.
I never
Same
went
with
through
me.
a
Like,
phase. I've never bought a pack of cigarettes in my life.
I did.
I bought God's plenty of cigarettes.
Yeah. So I bought.
What was your brand?
Oh, I was Marlboro Light.
I was a Marlboro Light guy too.
Yeah, and then when I met the warden, before she went to the dark side and joined the menthol club, she would smoke ultralights.
Oh, I did enjoy a menthol cigarette every
I
once in a
smoked
while.
the piss out of menthols after the very first cigarette I ever smoked in my entire life
Was a menthol?
was a Cool 100
Oh, okay. So this is a funny story.
from old Wild Bill, because
So,
Grandpa Bill was a
menthol guy?
hardcore menthol.
Well,
guy.
because menthols weren't as bad for you.
That's what they say.
oh boy,
Well,
I beg to-
menthol's natural.
I beg
Yeah.
to differ.
So our
I was a
so
Marlboro Red guy when I
we
started.
took we'd go on a canoe trip right before Easter break at Evansville when we were at the fraternity, and our buddy Garrick, big fan of the show, he'll appreciate this. But that would be the time where we ingested cigarettes. So one year the whole theme was, "You want a Cool?" I got a Cool. Probably smoked a carton of Cools on the Current River there in down in Acres Ferry, Missouri. But it was like, "Hey, you want a Cool?" "No, I'm good right now." "Hey, you want a Cool?"
So
Okay,
Thinking
I'll take
about
one.
the amount that I smoked makes me want to vomit now. Like, I don't think I could smoke one cigarette now and not like. and
Would you
get
be
through it.
Would you be eligible for that chest X-ray for insurance to cover? Did you smoke long enough for that?
I never smoked till I was 18.
When I
But
was
from
a-
when I was 18 until I quit twice in there, but never really. But when Jenna told me she was pregnant
Holy
with William so
shit.
7 years ago, so that'd have been 18 to 33 or so, 32, 33.
15 years.
I was a 2-pack a day sober, but if I was drinking, I might smoke 2 or 3 packs while I was drinking it.
Jesus,
Yeah, it was a shit ton of lots of cigarettes.
that's one right after
you
the
want to
other.
know something, guys?
Go ahead,
You talk
buddy.
about Cools. You know, this is just on Google, and I'm not sure. I'm really not going to source this.
It's never held us back from doing it.
this
before
article,
anyways.
but like I'm pretty sure that I'm reading this right. That the average pack of a Cool 100, a flip top box, one pack of
20 cigarettes.
20 cigarettes. On the national average now is $9.50.
Oh, I believe it, because I remember getting butt hurt when they got up to like $3.50 a pack.
I remember paying $7 a pack. The highest I ever remember buying a pack of cigarettes was $7 down here at Blush's for a pack of Marlboro Lights. And every now and then, if I was feeling fancy, like we were going to a party and there was going to be like some,
Get some Camel Turkish Royals.
you damn right,
Hell
Turkish
yeah.
Golds. I would smoke Turkish
Those
Golds.
filters were so fancy.
Oh,
looking.
dude, they were a different color than just the regular old Joe Camels. Yeah. Hey, when you're bumming, when you get a. Now, the warden and I were dating. We started in we were juniors, and I used to smoke cigarettes before that. So when you knew that you were going to be around some fancy chicks, and they seen that Turkish Gold pack come out, oh, I want one, and all that was conversation. That's all it was.
Now, them
Just-
Camels always, when you pulled that foil off of the hard packs,
Oh yeah.
like it was perforated to come out real easy.
Oh yeah.
Like on a Marlboro, you had to rip it out of there, and
Yeah.
sometimes you get a flapper piece on top that
Yeah.
just piss you off. But them Turkish Royals, you know,
They just come right out. Now, were you a
packer and then a flipper of one.
Were you?
I don't know why we did it, but hell yeah, that was your lucky one.
Good
you never
luck.
Took somebody's out.
Now, Lunchbox, he might be starting to foam at the mouth a little bit. 'Cause he was
Lunchbox like to
he was
take a long drag.
He was a big smoker too there for a long ass time, and then he's quit. I don't know. It's years 15 years since he quit.
How long you been married?
Makes
How long you been dating?
longer than that.
there it was.
But no, we were always a flipper too. Yeah. Hey, did you ever get Froggy and just buy soft packs just for fun?
I was
every now
just,
and now?
I did like a soft pack,
Hell yeah.
like in hay baling
Hell
season.
yeah.
You get that old soft
Roll
pack
that
out here,
bitch out.
do the old flipper thing.
That's right.
Oh, God
You
dang.
guys are talking about something that I have zero clue.
Grew up with it. Your parents didn't smoke. See,
not-
that's the
not
thing.
when I was alive.
Yeah, and so my dad. I mean, we had a Cool Whip dish
Full of Marlboro
of
Miles.
sand.
Oh.
No. Cool Whip dish of sand in the garage on the workbench. And when the old man was out there, messing around in the garage, we got a rock floor. The goddamn floor in the garage is gravel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
hell's fire, you do not throw that cigarette butt on the ground. It goes straight in that homemade ashtray
Yeah.
that he robbed the sand out of our damn sandbox out there. And every now and then you'd catch a butt that he'd have, I don't know, 2 or 3, 4 drags left off that sumbitch, and I'd go out there and just light them bastards
Now
up.
that's
smoke
something
the
I
butts.
could. Now that is another reason why I went through so many cigarettes. I probably didn't smoke as many as I lit, but I could never start a cigarette up again.
Oh, that's the only
In
thing I
college
could when
when
I
I
was
was-
like 12, 13. You know what I mean?
Fair.
I really didn't smoke cigarettes when I was that.
Oh, your parents already know.
Yeah, they're no dumbasses.
It was funny. It's funny you bring up cigarettes. I was at Casey's General Store the other day, and some old boy got out of his truck, took a long, hard drag, and he set that baby on the window-sill to come back and
Going
get it on
in.
the way out.
They
Now
do
I
it
could
all-
do that.
all
I'd save
the
them
time.
sons of bitches.
I had a
Back before they were fire safe. I
Yeah.
don't think you can do it now.
Yeah, hell no. I remember being pissed off when that happened because you couldn't set a cigarette down.
Lunchbox and I worked with a guy that he may or may not have had an undiagnosed case of the alcoholism.
Well, that don't make
was
him a bad
was
guy.
a smoker of himself and had his easy chair and a trash can underneath, like right here next to his easy chair, and had fell asleep in the chair with a non-fire safe cigarette and burn his house down. Like he's lucky to get out.
I bet if we talked to Papa Frank from his old firefighting days about how many house fires back in the day were,
Oh yeah.
a lot of them he said were caused by the old fuse box getting the pennies in there and people.
yeah.
But I bet there would be a lot of cigarettes there.
That's something else you don't see anymore. Is you go get a used car, you'd always check how many cigarette burns were in the.
Grandpa Bill, I got so many cigarette stories, boys. I come from a long line of smokers.
Me too.
Amen, brother. Amen.
That was just
But
on the name.
Grandpa Bill's recliner downstairs in the sitting room, downstairs in the TV room, that son of a bitch was just littered with cherry burns all over the arms. Like it was almost scratchy, to put your
Yeah.
arms on the damn
Jeez.
chair.
I don't know.
Anyway, I was just thinking about cigarettes.
Well, it's interesting, but I think that what has really changed is there was the romanticism about, I don't know if that's how you say it, but
yeah.
the boys smoking Lucky Strikes.
It was a
and
fancy thing.
It
man.
was,
look
everybody
back,
did.
Go back in the
Now,
day.
did you ever roll your own?
Grandpa Bill did. No, I never did. No.
When I was at college, I got pretty broke, so I rolled my own, and I'd had a little bag like a Ziploc. I got stopped by this is probably where I started with my little disdain for authority. But those cadets at VU were always just pretty sure they were the best thing since, like Tracy Dick out there.
Real
Tracy did.
And here I am rolling sitting on
Dick
campus.
Tracy. You knew that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Dick Tracy.
Tracy
Yeah, gumshoe. You'll never catch me alive, flatfoot. Yeah, see?
And I'd be rolling a cigarette,
Yeah.
sitting on the bench right outside the dorm door, and they're like, "What do you got there? Put her down." I'm like, "Really? You think I got
Tobacco,
a
asshole.
whole bag of weed right here?" And I'm just
Here I
rolling
am
up
in
at
the
noon.
middle of campus, a
With
whole
my
ass bag of
backpack.
weed. Hey, you remember Hoagie? Yeah, you do. There was an old man that lived around here between here and Zor, and he rode a scooter all the time. He had moped, big burly bastard. I mean, it'd be colder than a well digger's asshole, and he's riding that thing in there to Jenny's store, and he'd buy a half pound of bologna and a loaf of bread, and he'd sit out on the front porch of that store and eat a sandwich And then he'd had a big old bag and he'd sit there and roll cigarettes. You want one? No, I'm good. Thanks, Hoagie. You know what I mean? And he'd sit there and smoke cigarettes on that bench. Man, I got so many stories around cigarettes.
I felt there for a while. Even after college, I smoked I just rolled my own because I felt like the filter is what was killing you, all the fiberglass and chemicals in it.
Oh, okay.
So you get that American spirit, you know.
It's the chemicals in the tobacco.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could say that about the chemicals in anything. Huh?
Well, yeah, that's true. Papa Frank used to work. There was a place called Grower Service in Huntingburg.
Yeah.
And they did chemicals. And he worked there for a while. And he said one year they had such a blight with tobacco that they brought in some shit from it wasn't authorized for use in the United States for them to get this blight. And he said that stuff was brutal.
I bet.
Like it would, take the paint
Feel
off
the paint
walls.
off the Chrysler. There.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But no, that our, do you think like those, they're not natural spirit, native, the ones that are
American spirits.
American spirits. I mean, do you think they're any safer than what a other cigarette is?
Thought it enough that I just bought them. And I bought the rolling version of it, of the American spirits, yeah.
So you bought the loose leaf tobacco.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to get into a pipe, aren't you?
Once I get past it, I feel like I'm going to be 40 this year. I'm probably about piping age. I might start
Bet
that
you
here.
are.
Number damn. Yeah, you got to be 21 to buy a cigarette now.
That's a
pretty
big
wild.
change.
That's pretty wild. Anyway,
So
I don't know. Just thinking about cigarettes. What you got?
just thinking about, hey, youth golf tournament cigarettes. It all flows together.
Yeah.
What's your Friday vibe? Like, for instance, let me paint you a picture here, Picasso. So I have two kind of Friday vibes. I have one where I'm like, okay, working late. Like work till 5:30, 6, get home, kind of supper's already going on, or, they're at dad's house or whatever. And like, I'm okay with it. Like things in the office are quiet. Everybody's gone. You get a lot of work done. Kind of feel like you round out your week pretty well. But then I have another Friday vibe where I'm like, half day, I'm gone. I'm going to play golf. Like, especially weather's nice and I don't have baseball anymore. That's going to happen a lot more. But I just was thinking about it today because we're recording on a Friday, so a little bit different change outside of a normal Thursday. And Janelle was like, hey, you want to get together at Yard Goat tonight or today, like after work? And I said, yeah, sure. And it's like and that's what I was sitting there and I was thinking about it. And I was like, this is a perfect Friday vibe. Couple beers, kids aren't home. Like, just been a long week. Like, just, it's perfect. It's a perfect Friday thing. So that just got me wondering, like, what would be like your guys' ideal Friday vibe? Like, I know your work schedule is obviously a little bit tougher, but you're off at 3:30. You've got a little flexibility and freedom in yours. But like when I was in private practice, I was never in the office on Friday afternoon. Like, I was gone. Like, I'd get done with court in Spencer County, and I'm like, week's freaking over. Kanan, don't call me because I don't want to be bothered. Like,
Yeah.
it can wait till Monday. And she probably enjoyed having me out of the office for Friday afternoon. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just wondering about that Friday vibes,
9 times out of 10, Friday is usually our busiest day of the week, like at work wise, because we're trying to wrap things up for the weekend, especially if we got rain coming and shit like that. Like today, I work till 4:30.
Little OT, huh?
Yeah, because I got we had some unexpected changes and things like that came up. We got to buckle down and get stuff done. But it is what it is. But like I don't mind it. Same thing too. Like I don't mind working late every now and then and stuff like that. That's totally fine, regardless if it's a Friday or not. But for me, usually, like if I'm not on call, I don't want to sound like a huge booze bag or nothing, but
You're going to sound like a huge
I'm going to
booze bag.
I'm usually finding the closest place to go find me a beverage to kind of like, and if we don't have we've been playing softball on Fridays a lot, which sucks. Don't like it. I don't like sporting events on Fridays that are not like a high school football game that starts at 7. You know what I mean?
The Friday softball game at 5 o'clock is tough.
Yeah, it sucks. I hate it, and then we've played 3 in a row this week, so we've had 5 or 6 games this week. It's just been, pretty rough, and I just been running ragged. Even though it's a short week, it felt like it lasted a month, you know what I mean? But, Usually go home because Thursday night, we're usually doing our damn thing. Getting up early Friday, go to work. I'm usually dog-ass tired, so 9 times out of 10, if we don't have any plans or anything going on, I'm usually like a 2 or 3 beer after work, go home, make supper, and I'm struggling to stay awake by 9:15.
That's what I was going to say. I used to have a lot different Friday vibe, but now since we record on Thursdays, most nights I don't even go into the house till 1 or 1:30. So I don't get to work as early as normal. Normally on Friday I don't get to work till 6 or 6:30. Like I'm way overshooting it. So then I can't leave until later than normal.
Yeah. Are you like hourly or salary?
I'm salary.
So did you know like the exempt, non-exempt from the Department of Labor coming down?
Let's not talk about it. It got me all fired up the other day.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, July 1st, that changes. Then again in January 1, then 3 years are going to reevaluate. And I mean, it's fine probably, but like there's parts of it that just like, what the hell?
Like it's not going to affect me, but that sucks because we've got a lot of managers that are salary. They're going to now have to start clocking in and out. Like that is a freaking nightmare.
Yeah, so that's going to be the issue because it's not going to be to where it affects me. But we'll talk off air.
Okay.
I feel like I just shouldn't get into it. But at any rate, so now I get into work later. I'm beat because like a lot of nights, so we'll get in. I'll be in bed by 1:30, 2 o'clock, sleep until 4:30 or 5:30, and then it's like, God dang. And then by the time I get home,
you see Lunchbox over and shaking his head.
Jenna's like, hey, let's go do something. I'm like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Fridays are kind of like today I thought I was going to come out here and start drinking early. And I was going to surprise you guys. And you're going to be like, God,
surprise.
And I was just going to be shit
surprise. I'm drunk. Woogie boogie.
But I got my old ass reading my book that I haven't been able to do in like
Gosh,
3 days.
guys, I want to read a book. Like I want to read a book. I want to find
Well,
something.
now in your defense, I'm reading it on here.
I
I'm not
know.
reading
Yeah,
the
same with
paper
me.
book.
I'm not going to read a real ass book. Like I just like I wish I could find something that would trigger my interest enough that I could lock in and read the whole damn thing.
This book, it's weird. I've never had one that I laugh out loud. And William comes around. What are you looking at? Like he thinks I'm watching a TikTok.
Yeah.
And he sees words. He's like,
Dad, are you looking at porn again?
No.
what are you laughing
God.
at? And I'm like, oh, it's just a funny part in the story.
Oh, in
and
the
he's like,
face. Yeah, I don't know. I know we're switching gears off this Friday vibe, but I could see myself
But
vibing.
it's a vibe thing.
I could vibe out. I could vibe out with a good book.
I'm not.
This
I got
weather
home and
this
put
week,
in
guys.
Oh, go ahead.
Like this weather this week, like the no humidity. Like the humidity has been non-existent.
Yeah, well, when we get 6 inches of rain tomorrow,
It's only supposed to rain up to about a half inch, and then like through the afternoon, it's supposed to kind of taper off.
Mother Nature's anything like most of the folks I know, it's only going to be about 2.5.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is like, I could totally get down on like reading a book.
So Jenna called. She's like,
Outside.
"What are you guys doing?" And I was like, "Honestly, I changed into shorts to go out and check on the pool. I did that. Now I'm just reading my book." She was like, "What are you going to do?" I said, "I'm going to read this book until those guys get here, I think." She's like, "Oh,
very mature
cool.
of you, David.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I
Is
don't
that
know,
what you're
just-
really doing, David? Yeah, that's what I'm really doing. Are you for sure, David? Yeah, I'm going to read a book.
I don't know. I think I've read as an adult. I've read like Phil Robinson's book. I've read Uncle Si's book, which I know for a fact he didn't write it.
Because he's probably illiterate.
Yeah, and then I've read American Sniper. Chris Kyle's.
So if you go,
thing.
there are things online, and I did this. This is how I found this series of books I'm reading now. I don't remember what I Googled, but it was like book selection wizard or something. And it'll go through and it just asks you a bunch of questions. Like it'll ask you what kind of movies you like, what kind of this that you like, what kind of what, just all these things. And then you answer these like 20 or 25 questions, and they're just like, it's like a test. It is a test, I guess.
It's like a Pinterest topic picker.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
what it is. Like, oh, well, we think you'd like these books.
Yeah.
And then, that's
I mean,
how
is
go.
there anything that interests you?
Oh yeah.
So what interests you?
Outdoor stuff. I mean, I've read a shit ton of Gary Paulson books. You know what I mean? Back in the day, I think they're a little. I wouldn't say childish, but you know what I mean, like the hatchet, Brian. The
Yeah,
winter.
well,
Brian's
but, like,
winter,
what
the
about-
river?
What about stuff like there's a lot of great books about, Yellowstone and Yosemite and some of the early history of those
I'm
places.
sure I could probably get down on a lot of those type things. I'm real into like military stuff. Like I don't know why, but like I could not stop reading
The Art of War.
the Chris Kyle's book, the American Sniper book. I just couldn't turn it off. Because that was another thing. I didn't read it. I had it. I was an audio book because I was running a bulldozer for 12 hours a day, so I could just lock in and go after it. You know what I mean?
You should try The Extraordinary Life of Sam Hill.
Yeah, you think so?
I just Googled
The Alex Cross books. The Alex Cross books is a big series. Smoke Dragon.
What are you thinking about, Dave?
What are you wondering, man?
God bless.
Well, here's this skinny.
By the way, I got listening to your topic last week.
Hold on, Dave. You're done. You're done.
Dave.
What's that now?
I was listening to your topic last
You
week.
feeling all right?
I am.
Okay.
It's that new cream.
Oh, it's
he's got
that.
for his
Goddamn,
hair.
do you rub that shit all over your arms, too? You're pretty tacky. You're pretty tacky.
Well, I plan on climbing a wall later with the backs of my arms. Stick my
Fuckers
fat ass to
slinging
the-
ropes. Go ahead there, big dog. What was you
So
thinking?
your conversation about the protons, neutrons, and electrons.
Oh, man.
When I
I
was
bet we
listening
really
to that-
gained some
when I was-
traction with that one.
When I was listening to it on the road the other day, I was like, holy shit! Somebody had to think we were we were high as a kite.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
We are on drugs. Thank God for rumble strips if you guys are listening to that on the road.
All right, Smoke Dragon.
What do you think about this time?
So,
Before you go, though, one more thing.
yep.
No, I'm kidding. Go ahead, buddy.
So my bride swapped around with another family.
Whoa.
Oh,
Concession stand duty.
Swapped around with another family, huh, Dave? Didn't know we were in a throuple now.
you know those shows really existed. Did you ever watch those? Those wife swap shows?
Yeah, but
Like I don't think they ever coitus did it or whatever. But
they're not as funny as the inference we're drawing to his
yeah.
family swap.
anyway,
Whole family swap.
yeah,
huh,
go
Dave?
ahead there, Dave.
At any rate,
Where's the
You
pineapple at
switched
the house?
concession stand shifts with some other person.
yep, early in the season for
Okay.
one reason or another, and Jenna picked a day that she was off work
Okay.
because she knows my disdain for working.
Conveniently enough, it was on.
no concession stand.
Conveniently enough, it was on a Thursday during.
Yeah,
Women's
so
Golf
then
League.
she tells me Thursday as I'm at work, she's like, "Yeah, I was really hoping to golf, but I guess it was Wednesday night." She's like, "But I got the concession stand. So I guess I'll just skip golf. I won't be able to play for a few weeks, but I should be able to, there'll be one or two at the end of the season I can."
Oh boy.
And I was like, "No, don't worry.
Oh no,
figure it
Jenna!
out.
Oh, Jenna.
Oh, no, Jenna,
Go play
honey.
golf, honey.
By all
Go,
means,
please.
I mean, I'm a people
I
pleaser.
love working concessions with the people.
And the problem
I
is,
love dealing with people.
He's
it was
texting
insult
me.
to injury
He's
because I
texting
want to
me.
play in golf leagues so bad,
I know,
but I've got to be a member
Yeah, and
with
nobody's got
an extra 401k.
Yeah,
to
like
do
nobody's
it.
got an extra.
And Jenna's like,
yeah.
"Well,
Thank
yeah, I go out there and it's like $7 a week. I think it's 10."
They paid $40 this time because
Yeah.
they pay their fee to enter the league,
and
and then it's
$5
like
or $10.
I think it's $10
cart fee.
for their round and their cart fee. But then if they buy beverages, obviously, it's,
Yeah, well, yeah, that's going to be the case
it's,
either way.
it's additional. But
But
yeah,
anyway,
it's-
so here it
is
was.
dirt cheap
Yeah.
for a female to play golf on a Thursday evening.
Now, I was given a bit of information that I want to bring up before I get to my topic.
Okay.
It's 2024. Mm-hmm. And I've not got the worst set of cans. I think I could probably get in on this. I don't know who would stop me.
Oh boy.
What would
I
they
got
say
some
if
pretty hefty tits myself, Erd.
we just walk in there and just say,
Devin.
"Hey, we're here for
Devin.
the women's league"? What are they going to do?
What would your woman name be?
Dottie.
Devin.
No, not Dottie.
Deborah.
I don't know if it even started with a D.
Dolores.
I don't know. Middle name's Al. Maybe
Alice. Yeah, there you go.
Alice.
I feel like I'm an Alice. If I was gonna,
Alice here.
I don't know what mine would be.
yeah, well,
I look more like a Patty
Pat.
or Patsy. Patsy. Just call me Patsy.
Or just spell Zach
You
in
can
like
just
a real
keep
weird
yours.
way.
You've got one of those names. There's
Yeah.
less, but
I had a professor one time that
Gender neutral.
I had a professor one time. I think it was
I thought you called them general neutral for a minute.
no,
I think I said
professor
Jindal.
in college, and this was the worst thing because I discovered it when I started teaching. Like there's our mugshot pictures right by the name,
Balake.
and he did the old is Casey Lindeman? Is Casey here? She here? She here? And I kind of did like one of those. I'm a dude.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Right here, you son of a bitch.
Hey, go ahead.
Go ahead, caller.
But anyway,
So that got me all off course. But I think we
Yeah.
could probably play
Yeah.
women's league, and I don't think they could legally stop us because there's dudes swimming in the women's Olympics, right?
yeah.
No, I thought they weren't going to allow that.
But it happened once.
No, that was in the
NCAA.
NCAA.
Okay, if they got dudes
I
swimming
mean,
in
there's
NCAA,
there's people that shit in the girls' bathroom at Walmart that
Yeah.
that say that they're girls.
so yeah, I think that nobody could stop us legally.
I mean,
Would you shit in a Walmart bathroom?
would I shit at
I've
Walmart?
done it
I have
before.
shit in Walmart. Yes, good God, yes. I will shit
you
anywhere I
guys are-
got to shit.
You guys are Neanderthals.
Up near Ironfall.
Neanderthals.
Well, now
I'll
hold on. You
probably
can't
build
say
it.
that. Like I feel like it'd be
I'll-
worse to shit your pants.
If
than
we're
it would be
driving somewhere and you get a poop pain, I don't give a damn if it's a Walmart or not. I'll pull in there for you to shit.
I'm so regular though. Like I've already
Oh,
got
my
that done before we get.
if
in
I'm
the car.
traveling, I'm not because I don't eat the fast food a lot. But if I'm traveling, like long distance traveling, you're
Yeah.
eating something that's out of the or. You know what I mean? Like we don't go out a ton.
or
I
you
don't know,
just
man.
find a Buc-ee's on the route because when I went in there a couple
But
weeks
man,
ago,
it's chock full. I think I found
Overrated.
out what. Yeah, I do think it's overrated.
Overrated. Oh yeah, Buc-ee's is a shit show.
I think the weird part
But
to
does
me,
that make
and
it
maybe it's
overrated?
because I didn't play the sports.
Oh yeah.
But it's weird to me to sit down with my britches around, like, below my knees here. And closer than you are to me, there's somebody else in the same situation. And I'm like, well, who's this mother trucker over here? And then I don't even know who it is. What if he's like some weirdo, like with his ear against the wall?
I can hear you over there, Dave.
Sounds
or if
like
there's
a-
like a little screw hole in there and he's looking through there and he's like, yeah, pretty
That's like the pickle park back home.
pretty good looking dick you got there, Bubba.
The stall next to the urinal at the pickle park, that's what that was.
I'll
there.
be daggum a glory hole, you say.
Yeah.
Wowzers. Hey, but what was your
God
actual
dang it.
topic?
So as I'm in the concession stand, the folks leaving were telling me how they were responsible. It was more of a complaint. Oh, this is tough. You got to run the concession stand, and we all know how I feel about concession stands. And they want you to keep the pitch count too. And the gal had the clicker, and the windows come up to about your tits, so you got to like bend way down.
He texted me and he said, I am convinced that there must have been a previous floor.
I got really looking close, and there's a distinct split in the concrete, and I'm thinking when that was first built, it must have stepped down, because unless you were a pedophile or a small person, I don't know why you'd want the windows to be at height that all you can see is little league asses out of the window.
Well, the umpire's butt, you get a good shot at that too.
And that's going to lead me to my next topic here.
Okay.
So as I'm complaining, I told the person leaving, I said, well, that's not the expectation. She was like, well, it is. You got to run this and that. And I said, well, they better lower their expectations because free labor, you get what you pay for, and I'm not doing both. And I didn't even get asked to. But as I was standing there trying to watch my kid's ball game, all I could see was the umpire's ass.
Yeah.
Shy of like dropping down to one knee, and doing the old Colin Kaepernick and trying to watch what was going on the field. So I got to thinking, I'd have a much better view of this if I was the umpire. Then I got thinking, well, hell, there's lots of umpires. And we played a game against Jasper as a high school team, and one of the umpires showed up ridiculously early, went ahead and got his money, left, and never came back. So I'm thinking, hey, it can't be that hard.
Showed
played.
up.
We played the team in Jasper, and they, I guess,
Who's we?
We as the JV team, Wyatt's team, JV, right?
Yeah.
For the
Raider JV baseball.
I think they labeled it something weird, like I'd never heard this before, and Jenna and my in-laws swear it's something that's normal.
C team.
Nope. It wasn't. You would expect it to be fresh, but it's not. Frosh?
That's another word for freshman.
Frosh.
Frosh?
Freshman, sophomore. Frosh, the Frosh team. Yeah.
Okay, Jenna said it was just freshmen, and I'm like, why didn't they say fresh? She was like, well, because it'd be weird. Like, oh, this is the fresh team?
Well, the Frosh, like, now this is like coming from the wrestling world. The Frosh Soph or the Frosh. But anyway, they just call it because it's only a freshman sophomore tournament.
Okay, because there was complaints that not complaints, statements that our team was mostly freshmen, but the Jasper team was freshmen and sophomores. So you're saying that's what Frosh implicates, is that it's freshmen and sophomores.
Yes.
Weird. At any rate, at that game, they only had one officiator. Is that a good word for it?
Umpire.
Right behind the plate there.
Yeah.
And there were some bad calls. I shouldn't say bad calls. There were some calls he had no business making, as far as I can tell, as an unseasoned viewer of the game. Like plays at second base.
He's too far away.
Yeah, you got the catcher, the batter, the pitcher. There's just too much going on. You can't make a good call from there. I wouldn't think.
See, and at that point, if he was there by himself, he realistically should have
Called
gotten
balls and
behind
strikes behind the mound.
the mound.
Well, he didn't. He stood right there behind the home plate. And I was like, where's the other guy? And it got brought up. Oh, they said before, because I got there a little late. They said before you got here, apparently, the game started at 9:30. At 8:15, the other umpire showed up. They said, hey, the game doesn't start for an hour. They went ahead and gave him his check. He said, okay, well, I guess I'll just go get breakfast and I'll be back. And he never came back. So then
Nice.
He was from Boonville, so he drove all the way up from Boonville. So an email went out from, what do you call the people, athletic director maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then immediately some other school said, saying, hey, this is the person, this is what happened, be aware. Then there was immediate responses, yeah, we've had that happen. And then apparently somebody in that neck of the woods called the wife, hey, have you seen such and such? Yeah, he just swung by, grabbed his golf clubs, and asked him, he said the game was over early. The Jasper beat Southridge in a quick 5 innings, so he's going to go golf the rest of the day. And he just never showed up, and they had one umpire there. But all this together,
Technically, he's committed theft.
absolutely, yeah, and apparently has no qualms about it. And it's not the first time it's happened. There was other schools that said, yeah, he's done a similar thing. He shows up and early walks around the halls of the school or whatever.
Ballsy bastard.
Yeah, or a pedophile. Could be both. Kill your local pedophile and then have better umpires. But it got me thinking, the vetting process for umpiring must not be that crucial. And I'm thinking, guys.
I'll show you. Oh, yep, you're good.
You got a heartbeat.
Yeah,
So
good.
instead of just bitching about having to work as free labor in a concession stand, I'm curious what it takes for me to become an officiator of baseball and get paid to be there. And then at least I can watch the game, because I can't even watch my kid play. And actually, I think he pitched a pretty good game.
Yeah, he did well.
As far as that goes. I'm sure there was errors in
We
there.
pulled him out at 80. He pitched 88 pitches, so we pulled him out at that.
How many?
88. 85 is the limit, but he finished
85 to start a new pitcher, yeah.
85 was the limit, so then we pulled him and to let him finish that batter. He
Yeah,
finished
at
the
bat.
batter, and then we brought in a relief.
But I think he did okay. I saw, I was
Really
able to
did really
kneel down and see a couple strikes, and but I was like, man, if I was this guy out here whose ass I'm looking at for the last hour and a half, at least see the game.
You couldn't pay me $1,000 a minute to be a little league umpire.
Well, it's probably because you care that much. Like,
No.
No, because Big Fella wouldn't like getting bashed from.
I would get in fist fights with parents
Oh.
every game.
I tell you, if I had to do it, this would be
that
what
would
I
make for a better little league baseball game, I bet.
if my kid, when my kids get maybe done and out, and I'm done coaching and all that stuff, and I don't want to spend time at home, I would umpire in a heartbeat. I'd start out at our level, middle school level, The pay is just like almost, we're probably $20 off from what a JV umpire makes. Get your strike zone, get comfortable with it. You're going to see a lot of different things. Start working, freshman, upper level.
Casey Hernandez.
No.
That's what we'll be calling him. Or Angel Lindeman.
Gone forever?
No, you don't know who Angel Hernandez is. He's way,
Oh, not Angel Hernandez.
way over his head there.
You're thinking of Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah, that's the Hernandez I was thinking of.
Yeah. Gone forever.
I don't know. I could maybe be like I don't think I could be behind the plate. I could probably go back and I could be in the field, I guess, but I don't think I could.
No,
be
I've
behind
been asked to be the in the field umpire to call the things there.
Yeah, the outs.
Yeah.
I stepped behind the plate at a 12U softball game the other night. It was like a 12. Now, I thought it was 12U, but it's actually like a senior league, so it's 12-14. And the umpire had to go to the bathroom, so I stepped in there for a couple batters for her. And I would probably officiate or umpire like a middle school baseball game.
How do you feel about soccer?
Well, no way.
Too much running.
Too much running and
Oh.
way too many rules.
I've never seen a soccer game other than the little ones, and
Yeah.
there's no officiator.
That's the dumbest question. That's the dumbest suggestion you probably.
I've
could
known
have
a
ever
few people to be
suggested.
soccer officiators when I was in college, and they said it paid well.
No, it does. Cesar did it all summer last summer and made a shit ton of money.
Yeah. We had,
Because, I mean, you got offsides. There's all kinds of different shit you got to watch.
so I would say that we probably close to $1,000 paid out for umpire, and we had a ton of rainouts. Like for just like one umpire, and you know
how
we go
much-
other
I feel like
places.
I'm judging from what I've seen locally. I feel like I'm built to be a baseball umpire.
You know how much you get paid for like a 5th grade basketball game? For AB game?
How much?
125.
No. It's like $60, $70.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got to be there anyway. You're telling me I can get paid $60?
Yeah.
I got
Run down the field and be like, "Hey, foul!" or what's that? Something of that nature.
Yeah.
I'd have to learn the hand.
It's tough to referee 5th grade basketball.
That's what I mean. As you progress through their progression.
Well, we talked about it with Teddy Hoops.
Yes. Yeah. It gets easier.
Yeah.
So.
It does.
I would probably do the field umpiring job if I could not have to work concession. But I don't ever have to work concession because I'm a coach.
Yes, you are.
I coach a lot.
Coach from way back.
Loophole.
There you go. Dave, anything else?
No, that's about it. Just wondering about me being an umpire.
What would
Thinking
be-
maybe I'm built for.
What would be your strikeout call?
I guguess I didn't know there was a
Or,
special.
well, because like if you're calling balls and strikes, would you be like?
I've
would you
never
put
found
like
any
a-
consistency.
Would you be like a? "Hey, ha!" Just make noises, or would you be like a strike 3? You're out, son.
Yeah, probably that. Just I like the finger point. Like
Hey.
not a lot of noise.
Hey.
Just
I would be like a ha!
The guy that
Those
punches up and
Yeah, those are awesome.
finish him.
Well, yeah, flawless. But like you get into like a real animated umpire, those are usually really cool. We real quick, I'll tell this story and then we'll move on. There was an African American gentleman, black feller down there at Louisville, umpiring a couple of travel ball tournaments that my daughter played in, and he was great. Like he would say, like if it was ball low, ball. Usually they'll say, ball low or ball outside or whatever. Ball, whatever. And he said, "No, you're downstairs. No, you upstairs. No, you outside. No, you inside. Now, ha!" Like he was very, very animated, and the girls loved him. And I think
Yeah.
that makes a lot. That's cool. Anyway, sorry, I'm moving. No, you're downstairs.
you downstairs.
No, you upstairs. Anyway.
Hey, it is time for the Merkley and Sons Choice Cut question of the week for the fellas. Brought to you by Merkley and Sons.
Welcome to the Merkley and Sons Choice Cuts Question of the Week for the Fellas, sponsored by Merkley and Sons, the ultimate destination for meat enthusiasts. The Merkley and Sons ad has been heating up. Just at the end of April, they had smoked wieners, seasoned patties, fresh pork tenderloin, and the flavored brats on sale. Stop in there, see the fellas, and tell them the Dutchman sent you.
First question here we got actually comes from old Lunchbox.
Here we go.
Sent them back in March, Dave.
You missed it.
3 months ago.
Yeah, he told me.
Well, yeah.
If there was a song about each one of you, what genre would it be and who would sing it?
Oh, God. Ooh-wee. That's I don't know, man. I don't know. I think mine would be like a, God dang it. I don't know. I would be more of like a, kind of a classic rock vibe, probably for me. And then like probably like a Tom Petty kind of like kind of feel, you know.
Smoke Dragon?
I would hope that it would be some sort of a honky-tonkin' George Jones-esque type of ballad of some sort.
Mine would probably be like a Americana type country. My boy Zach Bryan, or could go like Sturgill, could sing one, or Tyler Childers. I would like that. Little Appalachia kind of.
Yeah, hell
Something a little raw. You know, little deep tone to it. I'm a complicated individual, Dave. If you had to choose between sleeping on the hard floor with your CPAP or sleeping in a bed without your CPAP for the rest of your life, which would you pick?
Oh, I gotta have the pap. I'll sleep on a board with my mask and sleep just fine.
If it's the rest of my life, I'm going to go with the bed because I don't know how much longer I'll be able to get my big ass up off the floor.
Well, we could raise the board up for you.
Yeah.
It wasn't on a board, it was on the floor.
I guess that's true.
Now, if we've got a board, I mean, if we're just on a mattressless bed, then yeah, I'll take the CPAP. But if it's like, hey, climb your fat ass on the floor, strap on the pap, take your nap, and then climb up, like gravity gets harder to overcome the older you get and the more pounds you have. There's like some age and weight are like
Okay, Dave, it's rapid fire.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. I would have to go CPAP on the hard floor as long as I have my pillows, like for my head.
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep. You know, that wasn't part of the question. If you could live the life of a character of any movie, who would it be?
Hey, yeesh. I don't know. If I could live the life of any character off a movie, who would it be? Oh, man. Batman.
Get out of Holland.
Yeah. Stay out of Holland.
Unquestionably, Doc Holliday from the Kurt Russell version of Tombstone.
Bond. James Bond.
There.
Which one?
All of them.
All of them.
They drink, they have cool gears and gadgets, drive cool cars, and get hot women and save the world. What else could you want?
Fair enough.
You can have your tuberculosis. Didn't Doc Holliday have tuberculosis? Okay.
Longer.
What annoys you more? Dumb people that think they know everything or smart people with no common sense?
Well, I'm one of those two.
Yeah.
So I would say,
Dave, you want to guess which one of the two he is?
no, he knows. I would say, yeah, dumb smart people. They just kind of crack me up.
If I'm being honest, I don't see a lot of differentiation in those two descriptions.
Touche.
Okay.
What about you?
Probably because I deal with a lot of smart people with no common sense that I've become acclimated to it. I would have to go with dumb people that think they know. Well, I work with both. Shit.
Yeah.
Probably equal disdain for both.
Yeah.
Would you rather be stuck in a car for hours with someone who absolutely drives you crazy, or stuck in a sauna for hours with someone with horrible rank gas? Now the sauna makes that air kind of
Sticky.
Stagnant.
yeah, but it's dry.
A sauna?
Yeah, your sauna's a dry heat.
No, it's a sauna.
Not?
It's not as bad as a steam room.
A sauna is a steam room.
A sauna is a steam room.
I would disagree. They're
you
two
would
different.
be wrong.
This is going to sound really bad, but that health club I was a member of had a sauna and had a steam room, completely separate and different. Saunas traditionally, yes, they do have some steam, but are more
Yeah, you
about
pour the water on the hot.
more about like the dry heat. They're about the heat. You can make them steamy, but I would say a sauna.
This might just be too upper classy for our.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, but I just didn't know. I thought a sauna was a steam room.
A steam room is completely different, separate. Saunas generally have the cedar boards or cedar wood in them. Steam room is traditionally like you're talking about old school, like tiled bathroom floor kind of deal.
Really?
Steam rooms are 100% different than a sauna.
Learning something new.
And he's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Saunas utilize dry heat generated by rocks, electric heaters, or wood-burning stoves, while a steam room produces moist heat by boiling water and releasing the steam.
I'll be damned.
So there you
Hey,
go.
I can eat crow with the best of them.
Amen.
I guess I would have to question the size of the sauna then. Like, are me and you in a coat closet?
I can't go on a car ride with a guy that drives me nuts. No. I guess I'd ride it out with the shit smell.
I probably would too.
Yeah. I'd probably stick my finger up my own ass and put my shit smell in my own nose. So that
At least you're smelling your own brand.
Yeah, at least I knew that was me. Yeah.
I would agree with you guys. If you were going to start an exotic farm, what would be your first 3 animal breeds?
I knew this son of a bitch was going to say something like this. Well, number one, I'd say cassowaries. There it is. See him? I knew that. Caleb and I, or Lunchbox and I, have got this love-hate relationship. So I would say cassowaries would be number one.
What is a cassowary?
Oh, just wait. You'll see.
Okay.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, it's real. It's real.
Okay.
Real. So exotic farm cassowaries number one. What the hell's them?
Is that an animal or a plant?
It's an animal.
Okay.
And then what the hell's those other big ass birds? It's got a shoebill stork. That's what I'm going for. That's number 2, a shoebill stork. And number 3, exotic farms. I'm already on the bird trend.
Cassowary must be a bird.
Yeah, it is. Chickens.
Okay.
I wouldn't
Like-
say
like
chickens are exotic.
Black Australorps. There you
Why
go.
the hell do you know this much about chickens?
What about you, Bubba?
I suppose that I would have the capybara. Mm-hmm. Not a sea turtle, but those giant terrapins, like with the finger, not fingers, but like the feet, not fins.
Uh-huh.
And then I think I'm really stuck between koala bears and panda bears.
Ooh, koala bears for sure. Panda bears can be mean.
I think probably koala. I'm not scared of the meanness, but I think due to my other 2 choices, the economical thing to do would be to go with koala bears because I'm going to have to put in a whole refrigerated unit for nope, those aren't cold either. That's a polar bear.
bears. Bless them.
Gosh dang it, panda bears.
There you go. Casey, what you got?
I'm going to go with sloths.
Ooh.
Because you just see them hanging out in the trees all day.
Hell yeah.
The second thing I was going to go with are platypuses because nobody's ever seen one of those.
I think it's a platypi.
Platypi.
I think they are platypi.
Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, you're saying, well, I used the plural of
Plural.
platypuses. Okay, how about a platypus?
There you go.
Okay. Just because they're funny looking things. And then probably I would go with, like, honestly, I think it'd be cool to have like a tiger or a mountain lion. But then they're not as cool as the other 2 and it'd probably eat the other 2. So I may do something like an anteater.
The old aardvark.
Yep, that's where I would go. All right, last question here from our buddy Lunchbox. What is your favorite food to eat with ranch?
Hot wings.
Hot wings.
Watch this douchebag say carrot sticks.
I was thinking salad.
Yep, salad. No, I like when you can. Sometimes down at the old EDR, they got some French fries or some tater tots.
What's EDR?
Employee dining room.
Oh,
And I'll throw a little ranch on top with a little cheese and bacon, and kind of make a cheesy, ranchy bacon fries kind of deal, or tater tots. That's kind of my favorite.
oh, that's a good call. Yeah,
I think he was trying to bait me in to saying his traditional the only use for celery
is a
tool,
transport for
is a
ranch.
tool to eat ranch.
Yeah,
That's a classic lunchbox.
Yeah, it is. There we go. Hey, Lunchbox, thank you for the questions. from
Oh,
3
real
months ago.
dandies.
They were good. And here, Dave, don't be upset that it's over. Just be glad we had this time together. We're going to take one more trip around the table, as we call it the last pass. Brought to you by our friends at Hopf Outdoor Power.
Yeah. The Last Pass is proudly brought to you by our friends at Hopf Outdoor Power. Big Mace has a Cub Cadet. Esquire has a Kubota Zero Turn. And Smoke has a Kubota B-Series tractor. You could say we're big fans of what Hopf Outdoor Power has to offer. It's time to mow responsibly and upgrade your rig. Want to mow quick, save some time, get a Zero Turn. Need something a little more than a lawn tractor? Check out their Kubota compact tractors today. No time like the present for an upgrade.
Big fella, what you got?
Peace, love, and positivity.
Keep your stick
Yep.
on the ice.
Keep your stick on the ice. Proper performance prevents piss. What is it? Proper planning prevents piss poor performance.
Yep.
That's a famous quote from my buddy Jason Beatles. Courage for Courtney. Get on there and get your swag. Get ready for the 2 events coming up in July. She's in the thick of it. Follow along with their Facebook page. You can kind of see how things are going for her. But prayer warriors, keep shooting them up because she's going to need them. What you got, Dave?
Well, nothing. I don't have anything.
10-4. What you got, Casey?
He went out for a piss, and he came back with his mind just blank.
I know. I got to pee too.
It was one of those great pisses.
Oh, that a boy. Okay.
Drained him.
No big final thoughts other than first week of summer break is gone.
Holy shit.
So for all of our teaching friends, unfortunately, you're another week closer to that first week of August where you got to go back to work. Shit.
Suckers.
I think this might just be my thing. I have nothing against teachers, but I love just reminding them that they're a week short now.
Yeah.
And getting closer to August.
That's right.
Hey, with that, happy Wednesday. Thank you to all those that watch, listen, and follow along. And I'm just etching it out because Big Fella's got to pee.
This one's
Edge
a
it.
banger.
And that, Dutchman out.